Hello students, this is Radha, Assistant Professor of English, working in Government First Grade College Building. Today, let us learn in session 27 the language component as I had previously in my previous presentation. I had introduced to nonverbal communication and its categories, 5 categories. So let us now start with the first category, Kenisics. So what is Kenisics? It's the body language. So, kinesics comes from the root word kinesis, which means movement, study of hand, arm, body, and face movements. So, what is kinesics? Kinesics comes from the root word kinesis, which means movement. So, what is kinesics? It's movements. So, what kind of movements? It is the movements, the study of movements. What kind of study of movements is it? The study of hand, arm, body, and face movements is called kinesics. So, in this kinesics, there are 5 important aspects or the main aspects. Which are they? They are the first and the foremost, it's personal appearance. So, how do you look? Are you simple? Are you neat? Are you sober? In the sense, all the time you feel very sad for yourself. You look very sad. Okay? Your dress, the way you interact, personal interaction, professional means this dress in when you go for a work. How is that you dress? How is that you interact? How is that you speak in your office? How is that you speak within your family members, with your friends? And all this is can be seen in the way you express. You you express in the sense the way the body language, the way you what to say while speaking to your colleagues in the office, how is that you speak to them? That shows the level of trust or faith you have kept, or vice versa. The other has kept in you. Have you understood? So, personal appearance becomes very important. Why? Because it shows who you are, what you are. Can I trust you? Is it clear? Now, the second important aspect is facial expression. What does facial expression speak of? Certain emotions. You're not able to speak, you're not able to express, but your face is showing that. If your happiness, you're bored, you're fed up of listening the class, you're sleepy. So everything is expressed. Your basic emotions are expressed on the face. This is facial expression. For example, it says smiling eyes for happiness, red eyes for disbelief or disapproval. Disapproval is not only the eyes, even the face. Okay. Now, the third one is the eye contact. So, eye contact becomes very important here. For example, when you want to say something or you're facing an interview. Your eye contact becomes very important. When you answer something, you have to answer in such a way that you look into the eyes, not directly. Okay? In a very confident way, you look into the eyes of the person who is questioning you and answer. So that tells the confidence you have in you. And at the same time, the teacher, while teaching or when you are presenting a paper, what is that you have to do? You have to keep an eye contact with all the audience as a teacher with the students. Why is that so? We have to make the students or the audience that I'm watching, that is secondary. It is the attentiveness, or you're trying to be attentive to each and every participant or the audience, or as a teacher for the students must feel that yes, my teacher is concentrating on me, I have to listen. Is it clear? And so eye contact becomes very important. It becomes an effective means of communication. That is, when I said student teacher student relationship, establishing rapport with listeners. In the sense, when I'm teaching, I have to have an eye contact with each and every of you. When, if I start, means if I have an eye contact with you, what is that you do? You attentively listen to what I am saying. It's a kind of bond that I am trying to build with the eye contact. This is, and so eye contact becomes an effective means of communication. It's not only the facial, it's not only your personal appearance, even the eye contact. Okay, now let us go for the fourth. Say these are the facial expressions. Okay, you're sad, you're happy, you're disgusted, you're surprised. Look at the way you express. Now come for the fourth aspect, that is movement. So what does this movement stand for? How is that you try to understand this movement? Clue about the personality speaks about the person. It says it gives what that person is. It talks that what that person is. The movement, the way he moves, speaks volumes on what that man is. Okay, so movement from the text is like this: movement from one place to another in front of a group of listeners also, to some extent, gives a clue about the personality and conveys a message about the person. How is that? We'll see. A general rule is to walk at normal speed with an upright posture and proper poise. So, how is that you have to walk when you walk? How is that you walk? You have to keep your posture upright. Upright in the sense straight. Okay. This would enable to relieve tension and helps to draw the attention of listeners and change the pace of presentation. So while you're speaking to the audience, how is that you have to be? You have to stand upright, that is straight. When you stand straight, what happens? You are trying to attract the attention of the listeners, and the listeners may show some interest on what you are presenting. Clear? Now let us move for the next aspect, posture. So this posture becomes is also is also, is also, an important non-verbal communication. Posture is the way of conducting oneself while facing an audience. The way a person sits or stands reveals a lot about him. The posture. How is he sitting? How is he standing? Okay. It shows the degree of alertness, sense of purpose, confidence, and self image. If he sits in a relaxed manner and looks straight at the audience with a cheerful expression on the face, he would create a good initial impression. So, what is posture? The way he sits, the way he stands, the way he looks at the audience. In the sense, if he sits very relaxed and looks straight at the audience with a cheerful expression, means he must be happy. In the sense, when you are happy, when your facial expression shows some kind of joy, or you're trying to express your happiness by laughing, smiling, giving a smile, okay, and that creates a good impression, okay, with the listeners. On the other hand, if he plays, or if one plays with a bunch of keys, pens, buttons, instead of concentrating on the audience in front of you, okay, if you keep on playing with the things that you have got with a pen, it may be notebook, notepad, keys, this kind of expression tells that you are not confident. Than not confident, you are not organized well. You are nervous. What is that? When you sit upright, face the audience, you know, when you smile at the audience, sitting relaxed, you create a bond, kind of good impression with the listeners. But instead of that, if you keep on, the one someone is introducing you and you are playing with the, what is that, the key bunch you are having, or with a pen or with a notepad, it shows that you are not well organized, you are too nervous. Okay, now let us come for gesture, the last part in Kenisics, gesture. What is this gesture again? The way we communicate through our through the movements of any body parts as such, like hands, arms, fingers, head, shoulders. I may say like this. I may say like this. Okay. So what is that? This is gesture. So in this gesture, there are again two important, what is that? Important types or kinds. Those are illustrators and regulators. What are those? Illustrators and regulators. Look, this is the posture. A good posture is always you are balanced upright. It shows the confidence level and it gives a good impression to the listener. Look at the way of this and this. The posture itself tells something, the poor performance of these presenters. And so, posture, a good posture becomes very important. Okay, now the next, that is in gesture. What is gesture? Movement of hands, fingers, shoulders. Okay. So in this gesture, there are two kinds. One is illustrators, the other one is regulators. What does this illustrator mean? In the sense, they are gestures that are used to illustrate spoken words. I want to say something. Instead of that, I illustrate to my hands, okay, or fingers. For example, say, it was this big, showing how big by making a circular motion while taking while talking about a circle. Say, I may say it's not a small circle, I may say a big circle. Okay, and so this is called as illustrators, and I have got many slides about illustrators that you're going to watch later. What is regulator? Regulator is something when a teacher is teaching. When I say, have you understood? What do? You keep nodding your head. Okay? Saying that, yes, madam, I have understood. Or if you go to any music concert, what do when sing when the concert is going on, you are enjoying the song, and so how is that you show your happiness? They enjoy. They what is that? Your enjoying the song. How is that you show? You show by nodding your head and saying, "Oh." Okay, and so this is called regulators. So now let me show few images or pictures on illustrators. See, look here. The man, he is holding his finger in a ring shape, or it is said, okay, gesture. What does that indicate? It indicates the person is saying some important thing. Now come for the next. Here, look how relaxed he is. Okay, he's keeping his two hands behind his shoulders and then sitting with legs crossed. What does this say? This tells about the confidence and the superiority level he's carrying with him. Now the example 3, in this example, this is the index finger. Okay, so the index finger, he covers the index finger, mouth and head is supported by the thumb. See, like this. The index finger covers the mouth and head is supported by the thumb. That indicates that the person is thinking like this. Okay. Now come for the next. I'm not finding any head. I think the chin. Instead of head, it has to be chin there. Okay. Example 4. In this picture, head is tilted, means little bit. It is just inclined to one side. Both the palms are open. This is palm, it's open. It is the sign of openness. So I welcome your suggestions. I am ready to accept that. Okay, that is the openness. Here the palms are to the right, hunched shoulders and raised brow, hunched. These are signs of that a person does not know or understand what you are talking about. The thing is, what is that? These are signs of that a person does not know or understand what you are talking about. So I'm asking a question, or you are asking me a question, and I'm trying to understand it. Hence, I am not able to understand what you're saying, and so I come with this kind of expression. Okay, these are all are the examples for illustrators. See, arms crossed on chest, head is down, Both are sign of sincerity and innocence. Next one, the palm is closed into a fist and the pointed finger. This is the sign of authority and superiority. Yes, you stand up when I say I am showing the authority and superiority in the classroom. So in the same way, pointing finger stands for that. The next one is standing with hands are locked behind the back. Indicates self-control. Hand to face gesture. The index finger covers the mouth and the thumb supports the chin. Mouth and chin. These are the sign of critical evaluation. The thing, critical evaluation means I'm thinking of what you are saying and I'm trying to analyze. Is that so? If not, have you understood? This is critical evaluation. The last, sitting cross-legged tells about the confidence level, and sitting apart, legs apart, shows the sign of relaxed. Okay, these are all few examples of illustrators. You know what is a regulator? Regulator is somewhere. Sorry, what is that? Regulator are non-verbal signals that monitors, maintains, and controls the speaking of another individual. So, what is a regulator? Regulator is something that monitors, it's a non-verbal communication that monitors, maintains, and controls the speaking of another individual. Okay. Now, let us stop here for the next non-verbal communication category, that is paralinguistics. We will meet in my next presentation. As of now, bye students. Thank you for listening. Once again, thank you.